今天的目的地是116公里外的羊角村Giethoorn。中途我们经过一条长堤叫 s l u d i k 长32公里。这是欧洲最长的堤防，建了这堤防形成了一个湖，就是蓝海大坝。湖水淡化变成可以灌溉使用的淡水，之后就抵达羊角村。
I'm joining a local tour guide.
Tuition tickets? Yeah, you go through the terminal, down the stairs.
没事。哦，做这个啊？你来过这边的啊阿姆斯特丹的中央车站，这边也可以坐船。
我知道，因为我有查到34的至少说一下。You see?
It's a day where they celebrate the birthday of the king, but actually the birthday is gonna be tomorrow, but they anticipated of one day because tomorrow is Sunday. You don't see that many cars because there are bikes, a lot of bikes. For instance, there are more bikes than people in Netherlands. Around 18 million people live in Netherlands, and there are estimated around 22 millions of bikes, so more than one bike per person. If we go at the beginning of the last century, there were more bikes than cars, but with the economic boom in the 60s, the people start to have more money in the pocket and can afford to buy bikes. And year after year after year, to buy cars, pardon. And year after year after year, the people start to buy more cars, and the number of the cars increased dramatically. But in the 70s, two events changed the course of the history of the mobility in Netherlands. The first one, in the 70s, the number of the car accident increased a lot. So the people start to protest and organize also strikes. In the 73 there was the oil crisis. The Arab countries, they start to sell the oil to a very high price, and of course the gasoline price skyrockets. At this point the politicians, they start to think to the bike as the future of the mobility and start to implement projects to promote the use of the bike, like bike paths and bikes lane. For instance, nowadays we have only in Amsterdam 500 kilometers of bikes lane. That is like going from Amsterdam to Paris. You can jump in the canal, dive deep down, and you can get one of the bikes that are there. You can recover one bike from the canal. Every year, the gemeente of Amsterdam, which is the municipality, rescue one bike, the 100 of bike from the canals.
Where are we now?
This is the season of the tulips. Even though it's not originally from Netherlands, from here, the tulip are one of the symbol of Netherlands. What you maybe don't know is that tulip is an edible flower. You can eat the petals and also the bulb. Apparently the petals doesn't have a great taste, but the bulb tastes like onion. They are from the same family actually. Leliaceae.
Yeah.
For instance, the Dutch people during the Second World War, because the shortages of food, they were eating them.
Oh.
花田的这个就是花田。
Only 20% of the energy in Netherlands is generated by the turbines,
特别
and around the 40% of the energy is generated by renewable sources like biomasses, solar panel or turbines.
Underworld,
32 kilometers.
32 kilometers.
哦，感觉你在
The Dutch government decided to build this dike after a big flooding in the 1916.
看到了哈，感觉。
They made this massive project, and they ultimated between the 1927 and the 1932, so only 5 years. This dike connects North Holland, the province of North Holland, with the province of Friesland.
什么人？瑞士。
Now you see on the left side water, and on the right side water also. On the left side is North Sea. In this part takes the name of Wadden Sea. On the right part, before was sea, was called Zuiderzee, but now it turned to be a lake. So salty water on the left, fresh water on the right. The Dutch government want to take under control the level of the lake, want to keep under control the level of the lake, so the right part. When there is low tide on the left part, so on the seaside, the Dutch government they open the gates, the sluices, to discharge the water from the right part to the left part. Is under control under the UNESCO.
Oh.
The longest dike in Europe, one of the longest in the world, 32 kilometers long. Stuck in the sea. In this case is the lake. In the lake. Those are to fish the eel. They create a kind of channel, a tunnel, they call it river, for the fishes. So they are allowed to go from one side to the other, because as you know, fishes like salmon, they burn in fresh water and then they go to salty water. So they need to transmigrate from one side to the other. And there you can stretch your legs, take a coffee, taking pictures.
看那个昆虫，有个在赶昆虫。这个是堤岸，哦，这个是内湖，里面的风车。那是昆虫吗？
Also is very famous, the Frisian cow. It produces a lot of milk. It has typical black and white patches. And then there is another cow which is darker and produce chocolate.
嗯，有都有切，有，只是那个纯的了，反正是。
然后后来被唱买个小花园，
也要4、5、3、4个
We're gonna take the boat 10 past 1. Blue bracelet 15 past 2. Leader groups, now I'm gonna show you where you can use the toilet. Okay. This is the place where you have to catch the boat. For the blue bracelet, it's gonna happen later on.
Now, hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Giethoorn, or if you want to say Giethoorn, it's fine with me. No, because in Dutch language, G is sounded like G. So if you want to say grab, it will be grab. Okay. Now, my name is Sahir. I'm your captain today. So if you have any questions, you can ask me, and if I will have the answers, I will answer you. Okay. So let us start with the total area of this village. So the area of this village is about 8 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide. Yes, with a total population of 2,800. And the total tourist count is about 5 million people each year. So on the left hand side you see there's this church which was made in 1830, and at that time the cost of building this church was about 8,000 Dutch guilders, which if you convert now will be about 300,000 euros. So, like for example, you see a couple getting married in a decorated car, they come in a decorated car and everything, but in this village they come with a decorated boat.
Right.
And they park the boat here, go up, they get married. Okay, next up, on the right hand side you will see there's this statue. Not the one that's sitting, the one that is standing. So that is the statue of the famous actor Albert Moore, who was cast in a movie which was shot in Giethoorn in 1958. 10,000 euros. Okay, so if you open up YouTube and search for the movie Fanfare, this is the person you will see in the movie playing lead role. And on your left hand side, my left, you will see 1, 2, 3 tulips. And on the right hand side, from here on, everything is private. So you cannot walk there. If you want to walk, you will be walking on the left hand side, which is a little far from the right hand side. So if you want to take pictures of the right hand side, you can also. Now, do you guys like stories?
Yes.
I have one story to share with you. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I had a family with me. They had a 10 years old with them, and that 10 years old was taking pictures with his father's phone, iPhone 16 Pro Max, 1 terabyte something, and then he dropped it in the water.
Yeah, that's not interesting.
I was actually fishing with them because they just keep on. Oh my God. Okay, on the left hand side you see there's this restaurant named Giethoorn. Right. So, the original name of this village is also Giethoorn. Giet means goat and horns are the horns. So when they were digging out these canals, they found some wild goat horns. That's why they named this place Goat Horns. Now some of you may have come here because this place looks romantic, it does. But there is nothing romantic in the name, I'm sorry. It's just Goat Horn. Oh yeah, 3 more. And 2 more there. Okay, on the left hand side you will see there's this house with a different looking rooftop. As I said before, this rooftop is made of reed. Reed is kind of a grass that grows really big and you can cut it and put it on your rooftop. Only this rooftop can cost you about 40 to 60,000 euros and it should be replaced in each 25 years. It is very good for isolation, that's why Dutch people, they pay a lot of money to have this on the roof of their house. We call it the punterboot. It just comes with a rod, so you can just push it on the ground and move forward. It is the traditional boat of this village. Okay, keep your phones ready and hold them tight. You will see there is this house which has a face of a dog or a cat. It is so famous that if you open Google and search for Giethoorn, this is the first house you will see. That one, that house in front of you, it has the face of a dog or a cat. What do you think it is? Dog or cat? Now, how many of you think it's a dog? How many of you think it's a cat?
Stop.
Well, let me tell you, it's neither of them. It's just a house.
It's a house.
So maybe then you can buy a house here if you find a diamond. What do you think? How much a house can cost in this village?
Yes. How much?
Any guesses?
2 million?
2 million. Sold. You can buy it already. Anyone? No?
She said 1 million.
1 million? No, that's the correct answer. 1 million is the starting price of the smallest house in this village. And it can go up to 15 million.
15 million.
But to be honest, even if you have 100 million in your pocket, you cannot buy a house. I almost bought one. Almost. Then I woke up. And you see all of these gardens, all of these house gardens, they are like very well maintained. It's a must from the government because this is a tourist place and it's a very strict order from the government that they have to maintain their gardens. Some of these people, they don't want to, but they still have to. And because they have to, they get paid to maintain their own gardens.
They get paid.
So if they... Hi. No, I don't want to say that in front of me. They maintain their own garden for like 5 times a month. They get paid 1,000 euros.
Oh.
That's a huge Okay, next up on the left hand side you see there is this restaurant named the Funder. This restaurant is named after that small bridge, that white one. It's also named the Funder. We have 126 bridges of these, they connect one island to another. Okay, on the left hand side you see there's this famous house of cheese.
Cheese.
Oh, this is how
It is
famous.
so famous, if you open up any social media like Instagram or Facebook or anything, you search for Giethoorn, this is the first thing you will see.
Oh.
And because it is so famous, it is so expensive. If you want to, you can.
不要讲这种漏气
But
的
now
话
I have a
了
trick.
吧？
You know, we Asian people, either we bargain or we just try. So you can just go inside and you can just try it for free. Yeah. Now that's true, right? That's what we do.
是啊，口音不算太
How
重
long
啊
have you。been in the Netherlands? Private parking. This is one of the very few houses to have a private parking like this one. So most of the house owners, they have to park their cars in a public parking, which can be about 500 to 700 meters away. So either they walk or they take a boat. So everything you see on the right hand side from here on is made up on a small island. And let's suppose you buy a house here, you get the whole island.
Whole island.
还能是小小个一个的对啊。
每一间 house 都是一个 island。
哦，是吧？
And all of these canals on the right hand side, they connect to the big lake on the other side.
Every house is
那个在外面对啊。
Which has a black door.
Oh.
That one in the front, not this one where this man is standing, that one. So that black door has no door handle. That's because it was an old tradition that some people used to believe that a couple should enter through the front door when they get married, and they should get out of the front door when they die. Otherwise, they would just use the back door, like that man was using the back door. So the question is, how deep is it here, and how deep you think is it in the big lake?
deeper.
Yeah, no.
Exact number.
Left hand side you see there's this windmill. We had actually three of these windmills, two of them they completely broke, only this one left with the broken wings. So when the wings broke, they made it a house. This is now a house that you can actually Airbnb.
You can stay here.
And also on the left hand side you see this house. This had just got the rooftop replaced. It has a new rooftop. And also the same house is the most smallest and the most expensive of this place. You may ask why.
Why?
That's because there's one lady who lives here. She's about 78 years old. And she says she has some emotional connection with the house and she doesn't want to sell it. Now, last I heard, someone offered her about 7 million euros. She refused. Whereas the house is just 2 million euros.
This is a big lake.
Nothing is original here. Everything is man-made. I never said that.
My final answer is
3 weeks. Okay, and here?
yes.
30? 80.
80. 80.
80.
Oh.
But I never said meters, centimeters.
Not
So
even
it is
1 meter.
120 centimeters here and 80 centimeters there.
就是啊，有的明明不可能挖那么深嘛，对不对？I told you，很多都是事后的英雄。That is true.
Sorry?
If it is 1.2 meters, then we can walk.
Of course it is 1.2.
You want to show us?
You show us.
You want to see? Are you going to volunteer? No? No. No. So 1 meters of mud, 20 centimeters of cell phones, 80 centimeters of water. That's why if you drop your phone, you will find a phone but somebody else. Or yourself.
Pavilion.
Pavilion. Yes. Now, 20 years ago, this restaurant was actually in the middle of the lake. Then it got burned, got broken. So then the owner decided he will make it on the corner. Because back then it was reachable just by boats, and now it is also reachable by foot. And all of these houses you see right next to it, on the left hand side, they are all Airbnbs. And if you rent one house from here, you get one boat free for the whole duration. And you don't even have to answer any questions. Let me tell you. It's 1.2 meters deep because when they made this village in the 13th century, back then they just wanted to travel cheap. And they wanted to travel cheap and easy, which was the easiest way to have this depth, and they could just push it on the water with the boat with a rod. So they could just push it easily. That's why it is 1.2 meters deep. And in modern days now, because it is just 1.2 meters deep, so it gets frozen really quickly in the winter. And then people from all over the world, they come and they skate on it. So it's another medium for them to earn money.
In the window.
Hey, you wanna friends?
你小心啊，不小心把那个抬的就拜拜。
Contribute it.
Okay, on the left hand side here we have this island, which was made for families. So the point is, you can rent a boat from the other side, come up here, tie the boat up, and have a swim in the water. Now this water looks dirty, but it is not. It is dirty, but it is not. Because Dutch people, for them it's not dirty. So you can just swim in the water. And it also keeps the alligators off.
在那里野餐哦，在那里是这种吗？
是啊，这样子是啊。
Small house right next to it. That small house is basically the kitchen.
Oh.
20-25 years ago, the insurance companies would force you to make the kitchen outside because on the rooftop, because it is highly flammable. But now people are crazy rich here, so they have bought the insurance company.
Nghĩ tới cái ngắt đổ lại ấy. Oh, Venice ice cream shop.
So this is 30 seconds walk from the place we are in. You can come here and
Oh, nó cầu cho cầm lên.狗的飞绳是这样的，是不是给它弄掉那声带哦？小英做的安排很好。不是那个路哦，看得到走不到这样。野鸭了，本身也是野鸭。 一样的啊。哦，
这是母的。
公的对。公的才漂亮的，这是公的。嗯，都不漂亮的。这也是咖啡的哈。哇，大隻啊你，Golden Retriever 幾大隻？
我覺得在那個橋這個房子挺漂亮的。
是大马是吧？向狗狗讲，
真是好玩的。
介绍了的。
跟狗狗给我一个那个就我们。
啊，你看它转弯啊，你看它转弯啊，看。
带它去寄全部人的家啦，然后每个月反正有1000块。
啊，你看它转回头直直走到，你看到吗？
它到了那边就懂了的。漂亮玩，好漂亮哦！就这间家吗？啊，对，可是啊，应该是的，我们对小的啊，就这里，就这间，对，它可以住很多人吗？它可以的吧，7、8个人应该没有。去吧。哦，那会儿玩。
哎，你走到尽头了。
这是羊角村的一个角落啊，好漂亮啊！你看茅草屋啊，这就是茅草屋。
玩小玉。
天也很配合，小桥流水。我们那边就不会放羊了哦，
是放什么？放牛啊，腊肠狗。
Casi estamos en Amsterdam Central. Yo y Mustafa os deseamos una buenas tardes. Wonderful night.
是什么？是普通船吗？
游客的，游客船来的。
是你
哪里？
啊，压了，生气了。
呀啦，走了走了。
从那边出的，离那边近的。这边出吧。早上从这边出的吗？是不是？这边出，这边进。